It's Jeff at Slavens Racing. I want to show you a tire that I've been testing for a few weeks. It's called the Sedona MX907. I like this tire a lot. I do not endorse other Sedona tires. I think most of them are just basic entry-level tires for somebody looking for a real cheap price point. But this 907 is an excellent tire. Now it's even had a little bit of a storied past in its quality control, we'll say. When it first came out a few years ago, it got good reviews. Then it went through a period of time for a year or so to where some engineer decided to make some changes and went the wrong direction and kind of ruined the tire. Well, now it's back, and right at the moment it's my tire of choice. So we all have things that we look for in tires, and obviously we look for traction, wear, handling, braking. Now we all have a long list. There's a lot that I like about this tire. One is it's got a durometer rating of around 60, 62, so it's kind of a medium compound. I don't want real hard compounds. I don't mind the softer compounds, except for they usually wear too quick. Not always. And then I want a tire that has a substantial carcass. I usually test that by sticking my foot in here, stomping on the inside of the tire to see how strong it feels. And the tire with a substantial carcass allows you to run lower pressures without having a wiggly flat tire feel. So this tire I'm currently running at 5 pounds. And at 5 pounds it really wraps around the rocks and the roots, gives you a lot of comfort, but because it doesn't deflect off everything, and gives excellent traction, but it doesn't have any wiggle when you get hauling in the faster sections of the trail. It's a very stable tire. The other thing I like about it, besides the durometer rating and the things I just mentioned, are the land and sea ratio. So in the tire world, the knob is called the land, and then the space between the knob is called the sea. It's a common term in the tire industry. And this tire has about a 50-50 ratio, about 50% land, 50% sea, whereas most knobbies have a lot more sea, big gaps. And so this was kind of leaning a little more towards the trials tire world as far as the land-sea ratio, which is what I wanted, because I want more rubber on the ground. That gives you that excellent traction in rocks and roots. And so here's one on the left. This one's got about 250 miles on it. And you can see it's still got a lot of life left to it. And for me, 250 miles is, and looking that good, is a damn good tire. There's a lot of tires out there that I can destroy in 100 miles. So if this tire will go 250 under my conditions out here, it's going to go a lot longer for most guys. Now we've got another one up here. This one was run last weekend on a 501 Husqvarna with a big guy on it with a heavy throttle, and he's got about 200 miles on this one. It's still holding up well. So when we were riding last weekend, there was 7 of us, and 6 of us had this tire on. And we all gave it a big thumbs up. We were all very happy at the end of the day with this tire. It performed extremely well in the loose, rolly, rocky conditions, worked well in the roots and the ruts, hill climbs, the braking, the side hills. I mean, the tire performed exceptionally well for all of us. Several of us had tubeless, and were running low pressures, 5-6 pounds. One guy had a tube, I think he was running 9 pounds, and another guy had a moose in his, an older moose that was already getting soft, and so he was estimating that his was down around maybe 9 or 10 pounds. Anyhow, I highly recommend these be used with tubeless so that you can drop the pressure down, make them really wrap around the rocks and the roots. Like I said before, this is my tire of choice for now. There will be some new tires coming out soon. by a new tire company called Red. And I expect those to exceed the performance of this tire. I've tested them, but those won't be out until the fall, late fall. So right now this is an excellent choice. We sell these for $62.95. That price point, you can afford to have a couple of them in the garage. That's all for now.